We're back, folks. We are back. Apparently, there is this time a verdict. Apparently, we had a false start and we had a false going on here, but here we are. We're back. Apparently, there is a verdict in the Karen Read case.
D-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Well, here we are in About the Law. I'm attorney Andrew D. Myers, and apparently we had a false start earlier in the afternoon. We thought that there was a verdict. There was not a verdict in the Karen Read case. After 31 days of testimony in the retrial of Karen Read, a number of witnesses for the prosecution, a number of witnesses for the defense, but apparently now we do have a verdict. Who knows what happened earlier? I've heard a couple of explanations, but none of them really make any sense to me. So stay tuned. We are going to be carrying the verdict. And so here we are, waiting for the court to come back. We're going to show it to you right here. And we see the notorious fan. You know, the fan that they put up when we're not allowed to see what's really going on? Well, there's the fan. There it is. It's going. And that means the jury is not back yet. But they will be back. And I was starting to say earlier in the afternoon when we had the false start, you know, the jury slip was very confusing. It was, in fact, very confusing. It was hard to tell what was going on with the jury. It was hard to really tell what was happening with the screen. And the jury had asked 3 questions. Then they came back with another. The judge didn't really clarify it. In my mind and in the minds of a lot of people, that was really just not clarified. But in any event, the jury, deliberated for another day. And around 2:15 this afternoon, we heard that the attorneys were headed back to the court. And we didn't know if it was a question. We didn't know if it was a verdict. We just, we didn't know what it was going to be. And so the judge, the camera panned down from the notorious fan, and the judge said, well, we thought there was a verdict, but we don't think there's a verdict now. So put that in an envelope. We don't know what they put it in an envelope. Yes, I've heard some reports, but we don't know really what they were. And then, we signed off. Then we heard, there is really and truly a verdict. There really, really, really and truly this time is a verdict. And so, yeah, Lacey, the fan is famous. I know the fan is famous. Here we sit, wondering why that happened. We don't know for sure, but we do know that at this point, as you can read as well as I can, that the verdict is in. The verdict is in. So now we wait. At any moment, we will see the camera pan down, and hopefully we will find out what's going on. We had a lot of comments about the last week of the evidence in this case. People just, couldn't believe how badly it went for Mr. Brennan. There was a horrible misstep that he made on Monday or Tuesday of the final week. He was cross-examining one of the ARCA experts, and he held up John O'Keefe's sweatshirt and showed the cuts in the back, asking the expert, as though the expert didn't consider those rips in the back of the sweatshirt. Didn't you consider that John O'Keefe fell backwards? Well, it turned out the whole thing was bogus, because those cuts in the sweatshirt were actually cut in the notorious Massachusetts State Police Crime Lab and had nothing to do with John O'Keefe falling on the back of the hoodie and causing those cuts. So there we go. This may well be the verdict, folks. This may well be what we've been waiting for. Here it is, I guess. I don't know. Looks like it. Judge Cannoni reading, looking down. Clerk Jim. Karen Reed standing. Not guilty of second degree. Not guilty of second. Not guilty. Oh, 5. Guilty of OUI. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty of counts 1 and 3. Not guilty of counts 1 and 3. Found guilty only of OUI. So this has to be considered a victory. I'm not saying OUI is a good thing. It's not. But after all that Karen Reed has been through, improperly, a lot of us think, after everything that's happened, to be found guilty only of the lesser included offense of OUI is a victory. It has to be considered a victory. We can hear the crowd outside cheering. We can hear it even inside the courtroom. The microphones are inside the courtroom. The attorneys obviously happy. Mr. Yannetti, Robert Alessi in the screen hugging Karen Reed. There is Attorney Jackson. Interesting. So now the question is sentencing. Potentially there is prison term. But there's a thing called a 24D disposition, which is a disposition which calls only for loss of license and upon completion of a program and payment of some fines and loss of license for a period of time. It's called a 24D disposition in Massachusetts. And I would imagine that that is what the defense would be asking for. Hank apparently would probably want more, I would expect. I don't know. 24D, that's what I was talking about. 24D program is so that's it. That's it. Not guilty on counts 1 and 3. Not guilty on counts 1 and 3. And the count 2 was only found guilty on a much lesser offense, the OUI, and the disposition even recommended by Mr. Brennan was a 24D, which is what a lot of people end up pleading out to in Massachusetts. There is jail time potential for an OUI in Massachusetts. But even Mr. Brennan in the very end said, no, give her the program, which again requires a year of probation, which is a hell of a lot better than doing any time, anywhere in any of the institutions run by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. She'll lose her license for a period of time. She'll have to pay some victim witness fees and a head injury fee, and she'll have to pay some other fees and fines. But once she does that, she'll be back in the road at some period of time and take a class. And so that's it. That's it. And I thank the few people that are here. I thank my loyal viewers. Lacey, thank you. Donna Lembo, thank you. Lacey, thank you. Lacey, I appreciate it. And so that's it. And we're very happy for Karen Reed. This is a big day for her. She was found not guilty on the big charges. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has egg on its face for trying this case twice. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts paid $250,000 for a special prosecutor because nobody in Michael Morrissey's office would try the case a second time. And that doesn't include the huge amount of money that they paid for their experts, a huge amount of money for their experts. So the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has a lot to answer for in this case. And, we'll address that. We'll do another episode on the Karen Reed case, dropping it on Saturday. So thank you, everybody. We covered the verdict. Thank you. Be well. Have a good day. Whether you are in the grocery store, the gas station, or anywhere else, please remember to be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. And the same goes for our comments section. We want you to comment, but be nice, be kind, be positive if you can. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one.